Mental health is a simple concept burdened with several misconceptions and misrepresentations. Mental health is misconceived as being something that's unnecessary, unasked for, and something that isn't the need of the hour. All around the world, mental health is associated with madness and is therefore held as a taboo in our society. The word mental itself is used to call out madness. All over the world, we are used to ignoring our feelings, acting like everything's fine. We bury our heads in sand and pretend that the rest of our body isn't seen. Let me provide you with some facts. All right, so let me just hit you with the numbers right in the beginning. According to data provided by the World Health Organization, in the world, 1 in 4 people are suffering through a mental illness. So every 4 people, there is one person who's fighting a silent battle in their minds that most of them are too afraid to talk about. So as humans, we're not that great with seeing the bigger picture. So the world might be a little hard to imagine. So let me bring this closer to home. In India, around 20% of the population suffers through mental illness. Now 20 is a small number, but 20% of 1.3 billion isn't. That's close to 26 crore people who are suffering through mental illness. Just imagine the multitude of people going through it, and we're still not giving it the attention that it deserves to be given. In India, around 5.6 crore people suffer from depression and another 3.8 crore from anxiety disorders. Just let those numbers sink in. You think it needs to be talked about now? Just in case you're still finding it hard to empathize, let me put this in perspective for you. India is informally called the diabetes capital of the world. But at any point, there are more people suffering through mental health issues than there are people combating diabetes. That is how common it is. While being part of a country where one student commits or attempts to commit suicide every hour, we have a very meek dialogue being run on it. Our jaded attitudes when it comes to mental health issues is one of the main reasons why progress is hardly made in creating awareness and providing wholesome healthcare facilities. In a survey done with about 3,500 participants from 8 cities across the country, a staggering 47% of them were categorized as being highly judgmental of people perceived as having mental illnesses. This survey was done by a non-profit organization called the Live, Love, Laugh Foundation. In this survey, these respondents were more likely to agree that a person should stay away from people who are depressed, or that hanging around or talking to people who are mentally unhealthy affects your mental health as well. The stigma surrounding mental health issues and mental illnesses in India is very disappointing, since as a country we are making strides in development otherwise, but we forget and fail to empathize with our neighbors. In the survey done, around only 17%. In the survey done, only 17% of the participants acknowledged and agreed to the fact that they knew some people who were suffering from mental illnesses. Out of that, only 2% admitted that that person was themselves. To dive a little deeper into the prevalent stigma surrounding mental health in India, a scary 26% of the respondents from the survey were categorized as being highly afraid of people with mental illnesses. A closer analysis revealed a surprising twist. These people were from a higher socioeconomic background and were more educated. They were highly afraid to talk about mental health issues, and also stigmatized and judged people who were suffering from mental illnesses. The other 27% who were categorized as being supportive of people with mental illnesses were, on the other hand, from lower socioeconomic backgrounds, were less educated and younger. So how do we move forward from this? The only answer that has had an effect on the population is healthy conversation on the topic. It is not an alien concept. It's happening right now. It's happening all around you, all over the world, and you need to give the attention that it deserves. I would like to put mental health in a different perspective for you. Think of yourself as a superhero and your brain as your superpower. Like every superhero has a unique power, your power lies in your brain. Now, as you may have read in comics or seen in movies, or may just have the general idea that the superpower, or the power, more often than not, consumes and takes control of the superhero instead of it being the other way around. Same case with your brain. Your brain is your power. Your brain has immense power. You just have to recognize it. and make sure that you don't let it take control of you. But it can still go out of hand very often. That's because you're still an apprentice, and now you need a teacher. Who is this teacher, you may ask? This teacher is a psychiatrist. A psychiatrist teaches you how to take control of your brain and wield its power productively. Just like any other doctor would teach you how to take care of any other part of your body, the psychiatrist teaches you how to take control of your brain, make the best use of it. And that's it. That's all you have to do. All you have to do is try to put in the work and try to make sense of your emotions and your feelings, and not let the power take over you and consume you. You need to master it, or at least try to. That's mental health. All you have to do is put in the work to take care of the most important part of your being, that is your brain. The need of the hour is to sensitize and educate individuals about the symptoms and signs of mental health issues while normalizing the idea of approaching a loved one or a professional for help. Furthermore, some people have a misconceived notion that mental illness is only for the mentally weak or for people with too much time and money, which is a very clouded judgment. It's like judging someone who has a cold, decides to go to the doctor, and you judge them as being weak or having too much time on their hands. Now, to get through this problem, we require a two-pronged approach to create more awareness and to reduce stigma. To reduce stigma, we need education on the topic. It needs to be talked about by professionals, cancelling out all misconceived notions about the topic. It's a foreign concept to a lot of people, so it needs to be talked about so as to educate them. It's time to take care of your health. I'd like to emphasize the fact that mental health isn't only for the mentally ill. It's for everybody. It's for you and the people around you. You need to take the effort to take care of all of your health. You need to take precautions for your health. All of it, physical and mental. You owe it to yourself.